What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Shout out to all those beginner investors and traders out there. Y'all already know who it is, but if you don't, this is Kavare Valentine, and right now you're tuned into the block market. This is Hood Money Investing. I wanted to take some time to show you what's taking place with AMC and talk about GameStop a little bit and a few other things here and there, because you have beginner traders and investors out there a little bit shaky when it comes to GameStop and AMC. And at the moment, I'm just checking out the 1 minute chart on Webull on my phone at the moment. And there are a lot of people out there talking about they're getting rid of their AMC shares, and they're talking about, AMC's a dead cat and this, that, and the third. And the funny thing is that, I think this is being done, like I always say, because, they are trying to put fear into retail investors. Okay, you have to, do a little bit of homework. If you just do a little bit, I guarantee you will be a little bit more confident about your positions. Remember, I'm a beginner investor myself. Regardless of what I say about me being in the market almost 3 years, almost 4 years, I just started really looking into companies about this last 11 months. It's only been about 10, 11 months. That's the only reason for this increase in my portfolio. If you go watch the first videos that I put on my channel, I was only, maybe in this portfolio was about $4,000, $5,000. So within maybe 7 months, I increased my portfolios over 100K. And that was just from due diligence, homework, and really trying to understand like the companies and the worth and the things that they were bringing to the table, the reasons why people were investing. I made a bunch of mistakes. I'm still making mistakes now. I mean, there's a lot to learn, but just off of the research and the little bit of information that I was obtaining, I, capitalized that fast, so that's one of the reasons why, I want to talk to those beginner retail investors and traders when it comes to AMC and GameStop, because right now, AMC is actually the number one shorted stock on the stock market. We tend to believe it's still GameStop because the squeeze that took place and how high GameStop got. But right now, AMC is being shorted, out the behind. And it's crazy because a lot of people got in so high when it was at probably $24 or $22, $20, things like that. So that's the reason why a lot of people are worried about what's going on. But I think AMC is, setting up for a home run. May 6th, they have a webcast that they're going to do, and that's going to be live, so retail investors are going to be able to check that out and see what's going on. You got to remember that AMC is like, up over 200% in the last year. So for the people that are a little bit upset that it went up to $12 recently and just dropped back down, believe me, the only place that we can go from here on out is up, to about $14, maybe even $15. You see, so and that's just off of a little bit of info that I have come across. And when I look at the charts, you could clearly see that that's the only place that we can go up after this. It's probably around like $14, something like that. So, I'm trying my best to learn as much as possible as a beginner, just to kind of still, give you guys a little bit of comfort because, and even with the volume, with AMC and GameStop, it's being held down. It's a lot going on. And I mean, when it comes to the technicals at this point, I've completely, I haven't discarded them, but it will frustrate you because if you're looking at the technicals and the technicals are saying one thing and, the charts aren't actually presenting what those technicals are representing or saying, excuse me, it'll throw you off. And that's the reason why, I'm going to go with the news, my understanding of where the company is trying to go, the direction. Right now, I know that AMC is one of the is the number one shorted stock on the stock market. I know that AMC will refuse. Well, they didn't refuse, but they will not, issue the 500 shares that they planned, 500 million shares that they planned on, hitting us with, and that would have diluted the stock price. It would have brought it down. It's a lot of things taking place with AMC that, I don't think some of these beginner investors like myself are taking into consideration. Right now there's a heavy attack, on AMC and GameStop and other stocks as well. But people are so focused on GameStop and AMC that, we are, pretty much not paying attention to anything else. So, that's all I really wanted to talk about, man. AMC is number one shorted stock on the stock market. You shouldn't be upset about what's that? What is down? In total? 1.9%, 1.90%. I mean, that's not much. I mean, we went from $5 up to about 11 within almost a month. So I don't think people take that into consideration. Yes, it was nice when we were hovering around $15, but these stocks are moving together, AMC and GameStop. And if you go look at the charts of AMC and GameStop, AMC is moving sort of like GameStop did about 6-7 months ago. So if you about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, yeah, right about that, it could be a little bit further back, but it's only a matter of time. And so many people are worried about the squeeze. They're not thinking about the steps that these companies are taking to progress as better companies so that you can, as retail investors, hold a stock that's worth it. And and I don't think people are really looking into that. People are just looking to get paid. They're thinking about the fast buck, and that right there is one of the reasons why you see people complaining, going back and forth, talking about they're done with the stock and they're getting rid of it and yada 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 yada. And it's just like, come on, man, you got to give it some time. These things will play out. They're configuring the new rules, and how will they settle these so-called meme stocks when they do blow. Even though as bad as we think this will be, it won't be that bad. I mean, these guys are playing both sides of the fence. They will capitalize if it squeezes. They will capitalize if it go up. So, I think that's what's happening at the moment, man. They're trying to figure out a way, that they can capitalize and benefit the most. And, it's going to all play out where some people are still going to get left with a bag, but it won't be as bad as I people are trying to make it, as far as the scare tactics, trying to get people to jump out. AMC is a good company. It's the only American theater. It's in Europe, and I think they have like over 10,000 theaters or something like that. If I'm not mistaken. AMC is definitely popping all over the world, so just do a little bit more homework. Forgive me for not being able to give you any solid technicals or data. This is just my personal opinion based on the psychology and based on my understanding of the need, the want, and the love and culture and everything else that surrounds AMC. So forgive me for rambling and being all straight to the point, but AMC will be definitely over 30-40 bucks within a year, sooner than later. But too many of y'all are waiting for the squeeze. I'm just waiting for the progression of the company, the new redirection as far as where they plan on going, the revamping, the mergers or the deals that could possibly take place, that, all these new movies coming out. You have new phases in Marvel, and that right there is enough for me. You have DC stepping up, DC Comics stepping up with their movies. You just had the Snyder's Cut that just dropped for Justice League, So I look into American entertainment and, world entertainment, and I look at where gaming is going. You have a lot of popular games from back in the day, in the 80s and the 90s, and with the digital effects, these games can be turned into movies. You just seen Sonic. And we'll see a lot more. There are movies that are already out that have been franchise games and things like that. So with this new quantum system for the speed and everything else that quantum brings, because it's a lot more technical than that, and the digital upgrades and digital space, that we're going to be in with the internet and the digital internet, in that digital space, like I said, it's just no telling where, when it comes to gaming with GameStop, and when it comes to movies, it's just no telling where this is about to go. We'll be watching movies in 4, 5, 6D, in the future that's coming, and things like that. Gaming is going to be it's going to be like a tidal wave, man. People are going to be blown away with, the future and where this is going. All the things that we used to see in these movies, that's the reason why movies and gaming in my mind is going far, because the things that we used to see in movies are actually being brought to us and presented to us. And, with the technology and everything, they're actually bringing these things to life. You know what I mean? And then with gaming, people want to experience the things that they see in movies and in anime and in cartoons. So those are, games are progressing to, and then we've had 3D, and we've had the sensors, and the Wii and all that. And like I said, if you don't follow Elon Musk with neural networking and all that, you just you won't see where this is going. I might not sound like, super nerd when it comes to explaining this, but believe me, I feel the same way. I felt the same way when I was talking about GameStop 11 months ago and nobody was listening, because I just understood what was about to take place with the console cycles and, Ryan Cohen and, all the new games and, an era that they thought was forgotten, that love discs, because they believe everything is going digital. And, I had an understanding what was the potential of GameStop. And, look where we're at now. It was all over the news just 3 months ago, 4 months ago. So, that's how I feel about AMC at the moment. As you can see, I have 320 shares in this portfolio. I'm still holding strong on GameStop with the 95 shares that I have. I had 300 at one point, took a nice profit. And I'm just sitting around playing the waiting game, making a couple plays here and there. I've jumped in on AMC and bought a couple calls, yes, and Robinhood, because you just never know if it happens to explode. I mean, I'll take their little this little scalping that they do, for that little $190, for the call option, which is extremely too high. But, we can't complain because this is what's taking place with, most brokerages when it comes to AMC and GME at the moment anyway, with the funniness. But, yeah, I'm going to get out of here, man. I just wanted to jump in and give my little opinion about AMC because there's a lot of people complaining just because it go down, 10 cents or 50 cents. It's just like, look, man, you just said this is a waiting game, man. You have to understand that these people have been caught red-handed, and now they have to try to figure out a way to let the retail investor, the small man and woman, get their piece of the pie, which is going to be crumbs, so that they can refigure and reconfigure this so that they can get most of the profits and capitalize, So, but you best to believe, if you're long and waiting for the the future, and you believe in AMC for years to come, you will be the one that will benefit the most, because right now you're not thinking about getting rich tomorrow or next week. You're thinking about the company, the business model, you're thinking about what Mr. Aaron plans on doing, which is the CEO of AMC. And you're just thinking about, the potential and how you want to get back to watching movies and experiencing the cinemas and that experience you get when you see a movie that you love, that's based on a book or a game or something new creative that's by some new director or an older one that so it's just I just can't see AMC going anywhere, and for them to short the company that way that they did, I mean, it just shows the lack of respect for, people and the love, that they have for cinemas, and movies. So that's just my opinion. I'm going to get up out of here. Remember, this is Kavai Ray Valentine. Check me out on Instagram. That's Kavai_Ray Valentine. You spell that KAVII. _Ray Valentine. You can see it right there on the channel. And I appreciate all you beginner investors and traders that tune in and check me out and listen to me ramble and talk about these stocks, because I know a lot of you are trying to learn about the technicals and the data and all that. And I advise you to. I advise you, to get with a professional. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an investing guru. This is just my personal opinions and based on what I feel being in the market for the past 4 years. So remember, I appreciate you for tuning in. This is the Block Market. It's Kavai Ray Valentine. I'm out of here.
They out there panicking right now. I can feel it. They out there. They're panicking. Look at them.
Now, you're not naive enough to think we're living in a democracy, are you, buddy? It's the free market. part of it.
Something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute?
After everything we've done for you.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put y'all in the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it. I won.
I lost. $1.
Thank you, Lewis.
After you.
Certainly.